be hard pressed to find improvements he can make, because he needs to keep on keeping on, which can be hard. So he's an organized student with follow through. He's conscientious about not only his grades but his learning. He's an encourager to his classmates. It's not 90 to 100 to get an A.
Okay.
And so on his own, he has an A minus.
Okay.
Really, an A of any sort in English
Yeah.
is pretty hard to get. In his particular class, he's receiving different instruction with a different book, and we use a different approach than the other sixth grade classes that I teach. So it doesn't, when I'm looking at what he does, I'm not thinking about all sixth graders.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about his work compared to his peer group in the class with the instruction received.
He always has his assignments turned in. He's always really diligent about getting in his work. I don't think you've ever had a late assignment in here, have you? Wow. How you liking the labs? You like the hands-on stuff? Pretty cool. Very diligent student. I appreciate him in class. He's awesome. We've always hit it off. You still have that award I gave you for best dress?
Yes. Yes.
I appreciate all the work you've done. It's awesome. Reminds me of how I raised my kids. I'm like, don't you go to school and treat those teachers like. Yeah. So no, he's great. He comes here, smile on his face. He's always polite, kind to all the kids, to the teachers. I've never had a bad report from a sub, which I appreciate. Yeah.
You didn't even know that he was a basketball player.
I did not.
Yeah.
No. Did not know he was a basketball player.
I think that's important for me, I think, as a dad, because there's a concept of a student athlete. And oftentimes student athletes in school, they are known more as their athletic side.
Yeah. No, I knew him as a kind person who was an awesome student and a leader. Yeah. He leads by example. Or he's a silent leader. Yeah.
And his overall grade, he's got an A right now. And I think we had talked about this in the fall or like late fall, but for next year, maybe looking at like advanced math for him.
Okay.
Just because he picks up on the concept super quickly. He does a great job. He finishes his work pretty quickly, and I think that would give him like a little bit of an extra push for next year. And we don't have advanced math this year. We just have high cap, and so I think that'd be a good like in between for him. I mean, keep doing what you're doing because he is doing really well. Behavior-wise, absolutely not an issue. He does great in class. Working with peers, like if he could choose a partner or if I choose a partner for him, he's always willing to help out somebody. And so no concerns at all for him. He's doing great. I think that push for advanced, was that something you'd be interested in? Yeah. Okay, because I was going to say earlier, it seemed like you were. And he's continuing with that path of like just really excelling right now in math. And I know you've got some other high cap classes this year. Do you feel like you'd be able to balance that? Yeah. Okay, perfect. And I think that would be my recommendation for next year at least. But yeah, no concerns behavior wise, academic wise, socially. Yeah, he's doing a really great job.
It made an impact on his grade when it was in here, and he was like, what is that?
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that you see what your grade is when that's resolved tomorrow.
Gotcha.
So if I go in and I mark this no count, it puts you right back to a solid A. So it's because tests are 50%.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about you if you're not worried about you. You understand the material. Yep. Your work is top of the line, so I'm not worried there whatsoever. So this is the part of the conference that I love, because when I tell you this is an easy conference, you make this room a better place by being in it. And I would want you on any team that I had. And I've gotten to see you in this room and in the gym. I've gotten to see you mixed up with other groups of kids, and I count on your vibe to bring other kids in. So when I was asked who we wanted to choose for that sixth grade staff versus student basketball game, my names were off the top of my head. It was so easy for me to name you. It was easy for me because I didn't have to say this name, but I need you to talk to them about this thing. So I didn't have to say Gabriel, but listen, there's some coachability issues there. Or Gabriel, but he's always running that mouth. And I know you know who I'm talking about right now, right? Because he can ball so hard, right? But he's running his mouth harder than he's balling. Yeah. And I don't have that problem with you. So that humility that you bring to things in the classroom, I see that outside of the classroom, and that sets you apart. It's easy for those around you to see that even when you know you're good at something, that you don't think you're too good to work hard. And I see that in the classroom, and that's captain material. That's leadership material, right? So we talk about being what types of leadership, how you want to lead, and we talk about quiet leadership in class. That's what I mean. It's not a volume issue, it's what you do with your actions and how well your actions match up with your words, and you are spot on. So if I could have 10 more of you in my classroom on my team at intramurals, I would, in a heartbeat. I thoroughly enjoyed you at basketball. You are not challenged enough in the intramural setting, but it's not a competitive setting, and you are far beyond that. But you made kids feel comfortable to go to the advanced side of the court to play. We didn't have to have a girls' side and a boys' side because my most competitive girls wanted to go play on your side of the gym. And that's quiet leadership. So you're drawing people in, and because of that, you're raising their game, whether it's in here or out there, right? And you're doing that by example. So it's not obnoxious. It's authentic to who you are. So that, for me, it's so easy for me to speak on your son as a leader, because when I tell you, you should see him around others. That's what it is that sets you apart. And it's not that he recognizes when there's a growth area. If something is not your best, you see it, but he gets to it before I get to it. And taking that initiative, being reflective, and being willing to use that reflection to grow, that's a really big deal. That is a really big deal. He came to me about this test before. This test hadn't even been published for 24 hours. And he was like, talk to me about this retake. So that's what I mean. You keep minding your business and handling your business like you are. I tell them they're not allowed to talk to you about standing on business until they can spell it. Yeah. Well, thank you for being able to spell it. And thank you for standing on business as it's intended to be. I appreciate that about you. And he can spell it. I adore you. I hope I get you back next year or the year after. Cannot wait to watch you play, not just for Camachin, but I really cannot wait. You're going places. I'm just getting a seat for the beginning. So I really am looking forward to the big things you're going to be doing.
Thank you.
Absolutely, because you deserve it. And Dad, whatever y'all are doing at home, can you keep doing it? Because that's it. We just want 10 more, just like you.
Post-conference takeaways. What do you say? What are some things that you feel like you're doing well in school?
Just being organized with my work and staying on task all the time.
And what are some things you need to grow on?
Just keeping my work in on time consistently. I usually do that, but there's mishaps at times.
Mishaps? That's crazy. Define mishap.
Maybe not mishaps, like mess ups.
Yeah.
Of like just not turning my work in.
Okay, there we go. That's beautiful. That's from boyhood to manhood right there, accepting responsibility. Any last comments?
No.
You want to go to the book fair?
No.
Wow, boy.